Good evening, everyone. Just confirm me once that my voice is audible and this PDF file is visible to you. Okay, thank you, sir, for your response in the chat box. Let's start our discussion on this day number 7 of GST comprehensive course. Till now, we have covered the specific term that is supply. Supply includes sale, exchange, barter, transfer, lease, rental, disposal, agreed to be disposal for a consideration in the course or furtherance of business. Consideration nahi hoga, then we have a schedule number 1. Schedule number 2 is going to decide the supply of goods or supply of services, and schedule number 3 is going to provide you the details of the activities or transaction which should be considered as neither supply of goods nor supply of services. Okay, and also we have covered certain important examples related to multiple scenarios on account of the term supply. Okay, now suppose we have decided that this specific item is a supply. We have already decided that this particular activity or transaction is a supply, and based on the nature and based on our knowledge of schedule number 2, we have decided that this is a supply of goods or supply of services. Now, for a single supply, this is completely okay. Supply of goods, supply of services. But suppose if a taxpayer is going to make the supply of two or more products, in that case the challenge is only that, suppose on one product the rate of GST is 18%, on another product the rate of GST is applicable at the rate of 28%. So the question is that what will be the rate which will be applicable on that particular supply, because for that supply you are providing two products, one 18%, another 28%, and as you are providing both these products in one single bunch, so as per that particular single bunch, you have to charge a single rate. So in that case, there is a confusion that you have to charge the GST at the rate of 18% or 28%. So the rate will be determined. So the rate will be determined based on the nature of the bunch. And based on the nature of the bunch, government has divided it into two parts. One is your composite supply. Another is your mixed supply. Based on the nature of that particular bunch, government has divided into two parts. One is composite supply, another is mixed supply. Now, when we have to decide or when we have to bifurcate about the composite supply or mixed supply, only when two or more supplies are provided. If a single supply, then there will be no any issue because the rate will be same on that particular product. Now, but if two or more supplies, in that case, we have to decide from the rate applicability perspective, composite supply and mixed supply. Now, whenever there will be two or more supplies, in that case, our role is to determine the nature. And based on that nature determination, we have to charge the GST as per the applicable rate. So this determination of composite supply and mixed supply is very, very, very crucial, because suppose a particular supply is a composite supply or you have treated it as a mixed supply, in that case there may be a fluctuation in rate, and due to that there may be a litigation in future. Or suppose a particular supply which is a mixed supply and you have decided as a composite supply, in that case also there may be chances of litigation in future due to the wrong determination. So we have to be very much careful from that aspect regarding composite and mixed supply. So whenever we'll go for the analysis of financial statement, or whenever a particular client is coming to our office for the consultancy related to the applicability of rate on two or more supply which has been provided in conjunction with each other, In such a scenario, we have to be very much careful. Whenever I am sharing a specific provision, specific section, I am trying to provide you the practical implication as well, the related questions of your client as well. Okay, so I require your 100% attention on the screen as well. Now, what do you mean by this term composite supply? In case of composite supply, yes, two or more supply will be there. One will be principal supply, another will be ancillary supply. One will be principal supply, another will be ancillary supply. Now the question is that what do you mean by this principal supply or ancillary supply? अभी तो composite supply समझ में नहीं आया था, उससे पहले principal and ancillary supply is there. So in that case, principal supply is a specific supply which is the core component of that particular supply, and the ancillary supply is the supply which has been provided in conjunction with that principal supply. Just for an example, mobile and charger. Mobile is your principal supply. Charger is provided with that mobile phone because it is required. Without charger, no role of mobile. Okay. So mobile and charger both are there. This will be treated as composite supply. Principal product is mobile and charger is your ancillary supply. So whenever you found the supply of mobile and charger, you found the rate of GST will be applicable as per the mobile rate only. The second example you can take AC and the installation thereof, air condition and the installation thereof. If you found the invoice for air condition and the installation, you found the same rate is applicable on the installation services as per the AC. Why? Because AC is the principal supply and your installation is your ancillary supply. Now, sir, how will decide that a particular supply is a composite supply? That is the most important question. Because whenever I see the nature of the transaction in the books of accounts of my client, I have to provide the decision that this is a composite supply or this is a mixed supply. For the determination of composite supply, I have to check certain conditions. The first condition, it should be naturally bundled. If two or more supply which is naturally bundled, in that case you can say yes, this is a composite supply. But how you can say that it is a naturally bundled, that is also a question. आपने बोल दिया if there will be a two or more supplies and both are naturally bundled, in that case we'll treat it as a composite supply. Now we have to decide that how a particular supply is to be considered as naturally bundled. So the same will be based on the nature of that particular product. So first thing you have to determine based on nature, just like mobile and charger. And sir, one of the most important thing, we'll discuss a lot of examples related to composite and mixed supply in near future, okay, today itself. But the point is that whenever there will be litigation, this is a debatable point always, because this is completely based on the nature and I have to prove the nature that this is a composite supply. So that will be completely depend on my drafting, my presentation skills as well. So first thing is the nature. Second thing, market perception. But whenever I am buying the air condition, this is the perception in my mind that I will get the installation services as well. That dealer is going to provide me the installation services as well. So this is the market perception. Also, majority of market players are doing the same thing. Majority of market players. Whenever I am buying the mobile phone, this is detailed and this is already given that the charger will be there except your iPhone. Okay, so majority of market players are following this particular type of practices, so we can say yes, this is a naturally bundled. Accordingly, the same will be treated as composite supply and the rate of GST will be applicable as per the principal product in case of composite supply. Now what about the mixed supply? So government said that a particular supply which is not a composite supply, which will be treated as a mixed supply, which will be treated as mixed supply. Sir, toothpaste and toothbrush is not composite supply because they are not naturally bundled. You can say this will be treated as mixed supply. Yes, Deepak sir, definitely. Now, if you are going for the argument that sir, we are providing with in conjunction, but they are separately available and separately sellable, not an issue. एंड दिस इज ऑल्सो नॉट एनी मार्केट परसेप्शन कि मैं अगर टूथब्रश बाय करूंगा तो मुझे कॉलगेट मिलेगा ही मिलेगा या फिर मुझे टूथपेस्ट मिलेगा ही मिलेगा ओके ना toothpaste is equal to Colgate. Now, mixed supply. So government said the definition that a particular supply which is not a composite supply, the same will be treated as mixed supply. A particular supply which is not a composite supply, the same will be treated as mixed supply. That means not naturally bundled. Face wash के साथ hair oil free. So face wash is also individually available or hair oil is also individually available. So in that case, yes, the same will be treated as mixed supply. You can say not naturally bundled. And in case of mixed supply, the highest rate of GST will be applicable. In case of mixed supply, the highest rate of GST will be applicable. Okay, the highest rate of GST will be applicable in case of mixed supply. Okay. Now, let's discuss the same with the book, that is our PDF module. Okay. In case of mixed supply, if you are going to go for the invoice separately, in that case, the same will not be treated as mixed supply. You are making two individual supply, then rate respectively. Sir, inverter and battery, Rajendra sir, when we are buying any inverter, then this is so moto applicable that yes, battery will be there. जब भी हम बोलते हैं yes, I have to implement that inverter in my house or in my business, in that case, battery will automatically included. This is the market perception, and majority of market players are following the same. So the same will be treated as composite supply. Mobile and charger, yes, done. Movie tickets, popcorn, and cold drinks are mixed supply, sir, because this is not a market perception that if I will buy the movie tickets, then the popcorn and the cold drink will be there. We have a lot of examples in this PDF module as well. And when you will go through with these examples, then I think maximum thing will be there in your brain. Okay. So section number 8 is here for the mixed and composite supply. Sir, we have done with section number 7, S47, S4 supply, S47, S4 supply. Now, section number 8. So just yes, Deepak sir, inverter and battery will elaborate, not an issue. You have Saturday and Sunday. You can find out multiple example, multiple combinations, and you can put it in the WhatsApp group. And you can ask, this is a composite supply, this is a mixed supply, this is a composite supply, this is a mixed supply, and we all can create a great world of knowledge through this particular exercise. And I will be available to provide you the answer. Okay, by Sunday evening, we'll provide you the answer definitely. So I just request, what will be the combination in your mind now, not in chat box. Okay, you can put it in the WhatsApp. We'll discuss over WhatsApp about the multiple combinations. And this is my request to you. You need to make maximum efforts to create maximum combinations, so that we all will be in a situation so that we can decide the composite and mixed supply, and we'll argue as well. Now, मैं कहाँ था? Composite and mixed supply. Yes. So section number 8 is there. First, we'll check the memory technique. To recall, this section number 8 is related to mixed and composite supply. Although those who have already done with our memory technique session, in that case, not an issue. They also have the idea about the memory techniques, but I am sharing the same for your knowledge. So this mixed supply and composite supply, you can say. And if we'll see the number 8, then this number 8 is a mixture of double zero. Am I right? One zero and another zero. Mixture of double zero. So section number 8 is related to mixed and composite supply. Section number 8 is related to mixed and composite supply. Number 8 is a mixture of double zero. So section number 8 is related to mixed and composite supply. Now, the tax liability on composite and mixed supplies shall be determined in following manner. Two or more supply, one is principal supply, another is ancillary supply. And a mixed supply, two or more supply treated as supply of particular supply which attracts the highest rate. Okay. Composite supply, naturally bundled. Okay. Principal supply is the predominant part, you can say, and mixed supply, a particular supply which is not a composite supply. I am not going to read the complete PDF module. I am just going to highlight the things because we have already completed the same. Now we have certain examples related to composite supply. Bus body building. In this work, supply of parts of bus body and fitting thereof is treated as the composite supply because only parts are not sufficient, installation is also required. Second example is related to air condition. Okay. Now, composite and mixed supply, the difference. Composite supply naturally bundled, separate price may be charged. Okay. ऐसा नहीं है कि in case of composite supply you are not going to charge a separate price. In case of composite supply, yes, separate price may be charged for the installation, but the rate of GST applicable as per AC. A particular supply which is not a naturally bundled supply and only a single price has been charged. Now, what do you mean by this naturally bundled? Perception of the consumer, nature and majority of market player will determine the composite and mixed supply. Now, there are certain examples related to composite supply. I am not going to discuss these examples. All these examples are homework for you. Although on Sunday, if you have any question related to any example, you can put it in the WhatsApp group. We'll provide you the answer. Okay. This is the homework for you. Now, certain important things is there, that is miscellaneous issues. At the end of each and every chapter, we have provided certain miscellaneous issues. Okay. So I request everyone just go through with these miscellaneous issues because these are also very, very important. Okay. And these are taken from the practical scenario, you can say. Sale, purchase, transfer of secured debt is as good as transfer of money, hence not subject to GST because secured debt is equal to money. So whenever there will be a money, no GST will be applicable. Beneficial interest is movable property which is not in possession, is defined as actionable claim, hence subject to GST. Okay. Securities are neither supply of goods nor supply of services, hence no applicability on account of GST on the security. But suppose if there will be any transaction charges has been applied on the securities in such a scenario, yes, that transaction charges will be applicable to GST. आपने भी कई सारी शेयर मार्केट की ग्लोबल रिपोर्ट्स देखी होगी. आई थिंक यू ऑल हैव गो थ्रू विद द ग्लोबल रिपोर्ट ऑफ द शेयर market. Okay. And in that global report, multiple transaction charges are levied by the specific agent or the dealer, or you can say broker. In that case, they are charging GST on that transaction charges, but no GST on the transaction of money. Dividend income and also profit on sale of shares are not subject to GST because shares are the securities, and due to that security, if you are earning any income, then no GST is applicable on that income. That is what is the concept which is there. Sir, ice cream and related to the composition scheme, we have section number 10. Most probably on Monday, we'll discuss detailed in a composition scheme. We'll discuss the manufacturer, we'll discuss the trader, we'll discuss the service provider and ice cream as well, and pan masala, gutka, everything. So Venu sir, can we discuss the same on Monday? We have certain more examples for the clarity related to composition and mixed supply. Okay, composite and mixed supply. So I request everyone just go through with the examples, and this is also homework. And we have included multiple examples over there. Sir, homework chalega na? Sir, you all are getting my point. Homework is okay for everyone, or I need to cover the examples in session itself. Why I am saying it for home or in your office so that you can go through with it. Although answer is already provided. Just confirm me once. Yes, we are taking certain examples. We are taking certain examples. Okay. All these other examples are also related to that only. Okay. All these other examples are related to that only. So you can easily cover the same. I am just requesting everyone just go through with the example once. Okay. If you found any issue with any example, just click the image of that example, put it in the WhatsApp. We'll discuss in the next session. Okay, so that you all can make certain efforts, you all can try to read the language of these examples, because we have used certain complicated language as well, so it will develop your analytical skills. That is what is the purpose. Sir, beneficial interest in the movable property, just wait. Okay, we'll discuss after charge and section number 10, 11. Okay, then after definitely this topic will be covered automatically. Is that okay, man sir? Now, because certain things which I just want to share, after that we'll take that point as well. Now, charge of GST. Sir, that is called as charging section. When the GST will be applicable, that is what is the most important thing. And we are saying that whenever there will be a supply, yes, GST triggered. But how the GST will be charged? What type of rates is there, what will be the highest rate of GST, when the GST will not be applicable, when the GST will be applicable on a future date. All these things are covered by this charging section, that is section number 9, charging section. So just briefly go through with this section, because this is the most important section. You can say whenever we are drafting a particular reply for the department notice or any litigation, in 30 to 40% cases, this section is very, very important. We'll also share the logic. Okay, but first we'll just go through with the language of this section in a very simplified way. Section number 9 is saying that the GST will be applicable on all intra-state supply. The first thing, the first thing. Yes, Mahendra sir, you can plan for that purpose. You have to provide two separate invoices, and you cannot go for the conjunction. Okay. Now, they have used the word intra-state supply. They have used the word intra-state supply. Sir, why intra-state supply? They can only use the word supply. Because sir, now we are covering the CGST Act, and under CGST Act only intra-state supply will be covered. Under IGST Act, interstate supply will be covered. Hence, they have used the word that GST will be applicable on all intra-state supply except alcoholic liquor for human consumption. That means they said that on the alcoholic liquor for human consumption, no GST will be applicable. And they have also mentioned that on all intra-state supply, the GST will be applicable, but the highest rate of GST will be 20%. They have prescribed that the highest rate of GST will be 20% under CGST, and under SGST it's 20%, that is 40%. This is the highest rate, but now government is 28%. Okay, but the highest rate under CGST is 20%. They have already specified, and they have also clarified that on five specific petroleum products, GST will be applicable on a future date. Five petroleum product GST will be applicable on a future date. Okay, and that will be on the recommendation of GST Council. Now, we are saying that yes, in normal course, the GST will be applicable on forward charge. That means the supplier who is going to make the supply, that person is going to make the payment of GST. But in the section number 9, they have clarified certain specific list of goods and services on which the GST has been paid by the recipient. That is reverse charge mechanism. So they have given the concept of reverse charge mechanism through this section number 9 itself, and they have specified certain list of goods and certain list of services. We also discussed all the goods and services which is mentioned in this section number 9 very carefully, because whenever we'll go through with the financial statement of our client, we just need to check the expenditure side. If there is any purchase of goods, or if there is any specified expenditure which is covered under section number 9 from the RCM perspective, then we need to be very much careful from the perspective of applicability of GST under reverse charge mechanism. Okay, that is what is also our role, because whenever we are going for the income tax audit, or whenever analyzing the financial statement, we should check the complete expenditure side very carefully. Okay, so that is also one point. And also in this particular section number 9, they have specified the concept of e-commerce operator. What do you mean by this e-commerce operator? Amazon, Flipkart, Meesho, multiple traders are there. They are selling their product through the Meesho platform, through the Flipkart platform. So these platforms, that is Flipkart, Amazon, are the e-commerce operator platform. I think you all have get one specific point through this analysis, that this section number 9, why we are saying that this section is a charging section under GST, because this section is saying that yes, GST will be applicable on all intra-state supply. They have provided the highest rate of GST. This section has also provided the 5 specific product. This section has provided the mechanism of reverse charge mechanism. This section has provided the concept of e-commerce operator. You can say everything has been defined by this section from the perspective of applicability of GST. Hence, this section is called as the charging section under GST. I think the complete concept and the reasoning of the charging section is okay for you. Now let's go through with the language of this section. Okay, I am just going to go through with the PDF or book. Why? I just want to give you assurance that whatever we are covering through the examples, the same is mentioned in the law. Okay, and why I am covering the examples first, so that you can easily understand the language of the law. And sir, in this particular book, definitive GST guide, we have covered the bare act only. Okay, and for that, for the simplicity, we have provided multiple examples, but this is just like a bare act only. Now, section number 9, subsection 1 says a tax called Central Goods and Services Tax on all intra-state supplies of goods and services and both, except on the alcoholic liquor for human consumption, value determined as per section number 15. They have also taken the reference of section number 15 for the value determination at such rate not exceeding 20%, that is the highest rate they have prescribed. Section number 9 subsection 2 says that the central tax and supply of petroleum crude, high speed diesel, motor spirit, natural gas, tribunal fuel shall be levied with effect from such date as may be notified by the government on the recommendation of GST Council. Section number 9 subsection 3 says that, sir, GST will be applicable on the goods and services under reverse charge basis which has been specified. Section number 9 subsection 4 is not in effect right now, that is unregistered person 5,000. So this is not in effect right now. Section number 9 subsection 5 is related to e-commerce operator, and in case of e-commerce operator, the e-commerce operator is going to liable for the applicability of GST, and that person also has to deduct the TCS for the supply made by the trader. So we'll discuss the complete concept of e-commerce operator at the time of our discussion on the TDS, TCS and e-commerce operator. Okay. For now, you just need to keep one thing in your mind, that this section number 9 is going to specify the concept of applicability of GST, reverse charge mechanism, e-commerce operator, and the 5 special products. Now, sir, how we can recall this section number 9? What will be the memory technique for section number 9? For section number 9, the memory technique, sir, we all are paying GST, we all are filing the returns, we all are handling the compliances, we all are handling the various litigations under GST due to this one section, section number 9, because this is the charging section. And when we are handling the compliances, handling the litigations, it is just like a fine, okay, because we have to maintain these things, and we have to face a lot of issues. So this is just look like a fine. So this section number 9, imposing fine, that is charging section. So the memory technique is section number 9, imposing fine. Section number 9, imposing fine, that is charging section. Section number 9, imposing fine, that is charging section under GST. This is my section number 9. Is that okay? Sir, section number 9 is okay for everyone? Sir, for builders, specific industry related queries, just give me 5 to 7 days more when we'll complete the time of supply and value of supply. Before taking the place of supply, we'll take certain specific industry. We'll discuss that applicability of 9(4) in case of your developer and builder. If you are paying the taxes under reverse charge mechanism, you can take the input tax credit in the same month, sir. Gupta sir will also discuss the practical filing of return GSTR 3B, GSTR 1. Okay. At that time, we'll also show you that how you can show the reverse charge mechanism liability related figure in GSTR 3B and the ITC related figures related to claim. Because I know certain participants in this session, more than 5 to 10% are there who needs to know the written filing mechanism. Sir, section number 9394, just try to understand. Okay. Section number 9, subsection 3. In this particular section, government has provided a list of goods and services. And government is saying if the recipient is going to receive these type of goods which is mentioned or specified in section number 9, subsection 3, then yes, RCM applicable. That means that recipient has to make the payment of taxes and claim the income tax credit. And services which is mentioned in section number 9, subsection 3, if the recipient has received the same, then also yes, recipient has to make the payment of taxes and claim the input tax credit. In section number 9, subsection 3, they have not specified any list of goods and services. They have just mentioned that if there will be any expenditure or if there will be any amount which you are paying to an unregistered person, in that case, reverse charge mechanism is applicable, and they have given a limit of 5,000 rupees per day. but that provision was applicable till 30th October 2017. Now this provision is not there. Okay, so hence I am saying you just need to keep this 9(3) specifically in your mind. Is that okay, Radhakrishnan sir? Yes, sir, definitely. Ramarao sir, if it is possible for you, then just once go through with the our session number 1 and 2, because in our session number 1 and 2 we have covered this point that why in reverse charge mechanism you are claiming the input tax credit. We have also shared the logic itself. Now, classification of goods is based on the HSN code and SSC code. Okay. Now, sir, what is the difference between notification and circular? So, circulars are just for the explanation purpose. Circulars are not binding on us, but notifications are binding on us. Okay. Difference between exempted supply and non-GST, non-zero rated supply, we have already covered. Now, section number 9, subsection 3, they have provided a specific list of goods or services on which the GST will be applicable. Now, journal provisions related to reverse charge mechanism. ये point मैंने skip प्लानिंग के साथ किया है because we'll cover it at the time of special economic zone. Okay. Sir, builder के केस में also you can claim the input tax credit, but there is certain specific conditions. Okay, and there is certain specific scenarios. Okay, hence I am not going to touch that point right now. When we'll discuss the construction and builder related part, we'll discuss definitely. Okay, because in this particular course this is not possible for me to select all the industries, but there are certain famous industries are there. We'll definitely take that. Okay, and one of is your construction industry and builder industry, so we'll discuss that definitely. क्योंकि सारी इंडस्ट्री अभी कवर कर लेंगे तो सेकंड कोर्स क्या लॉन्च करेंगे. No, sir. Circulars are also not binding on the departmental authorities. This is just for the interpretation. Okay. There may be chances that they are supposed to accept that interpretation, or they have certain arguments for that. Okay. Yes, special economic zone will definitely discuss. So, general provisions related to reverse charge mechanism. RCM supply does not include it in the aggregate turnover. Whenever you are going to calculate the turnover, then your tax which you are supposed to pay under reverse charge mechanism, that is not included in your supply. RCM tax does not included in the output tax when you are not considering the RCM related liability in aggregate turnover, then you are not supposed to consider the output tax as well. Separate provision apply in case of time of supply of goods and services. Sir, when we'll cover the time of supply related provision, okay, I just want to brief you one thing related to time of supply. That is important, hence I am sharing. When we'll cover the time of supply, we'll discuss the time of supply from the perspective of goods and from the perspective of services. We'll cover the time of supply related provision from the perspective of goods, from the perspective of services. Okay. Related to goods will also cover the time of supply in case of forward charge, in case of reverse charge. Related to services will also cover the time of supply in case of forward charge, in case of reverse charge, because time of supply is completely dependent on the multiple situation and scenarios, and that is what is the chart which is very important, and the same line is mentioned here. Separate provisions apply in case of time of supply of goods and services. Okay. If anyone liable for reverse charge mechanism, then in that case turnover limit is not applicable. If the goods which you are buying or the services which you are going to receive is covered in section number 9 subsection 3, then whatever will be your turnover, you have to take the GST registration and pay the reverse charge mechanism. Okay, if you are dealing in the reverse charge mechanism, the same will be applicable on. That is what is the journal points related to reverse charge mechanism. Also, sir, we have a specific book on charts, and in that book we have covered the complete GST law in charts. Okay, so I'm not forcing to anyone, but if it is possible for you financially, then you can buy this book, because that book will be a grateful experience for all of you regarding the charts. I know many participants has already bought that book, because after this session this book will be very helpful for you. So if you want to buy, you can buy it. Okay, just for an information, sir, not an advertisement. So, mechanism of payment of tax. In case of reverse charge mechanism, you have to make the payment in cash and you can claim the input tax credit. Procedure for reverse charge mechanism: recipient has to prepare the invoice as soon as he received supply from the supplier, where supplier is not liable to pay the taxes, and invoice has to be prepared in his own name and same has been submitted in the written form. नहीं समझा sir, what do you want to say? That is, in case of reverse charge mechanism, as we are saying that the recipient is going to make the payment of taxes. For payment of taxes, there is requirement to prepare the invoice, because without invoice, how you can make the payment? So in case of reverse charge mechanism, when the recipient is going to make the payment of tax, at that time, that recipient has to generate the invoice. And through that invoice, that recipient has to make the payment of taxes. And that is called as self-invoicing mechanism. That is called as self-invoicing mechanism. Yes, sir. In case of rent, if you have taken the property from an unregistered person, that is commercial property, definitely invoice is required and payment under reverse charge mechanism is also required. Okay, from 10th of October 2024. That is what is also will cover when we'll take the services. Why, Rajendra sir? What is the purpose? Sir, whatever will be the accounting software, whatever will be the accounting software, that accounting software is available to manage the things. That accounting software is automatically generate the self invoicing. But if you require the same, then yes, we can arrange. We'll provide you the invoice. So if you no, sir, because the same is not applicable. How you can do so? Okay, when you are buying something from an unregistered person and you are paying the taxes to the government in cash and you want to claim the input tax credit, then pay your tax on the output tax now. Why you are paying under reverse charge mechanism and claiming the input? What is the logic? I am not getting the point. So you can do one thing. You can connect with me over call and you can discuss the complete scenario, so that I think I can guide you in a better way. Now, as we have covered this specific point, that is self-invoicing mechanism, the recipient is going to make the payment of taxes and recipient is claiming the input tax credit under self-invoicing mechanism. If you require the self-invoicing, we'll share, not an issue. Okay. The same format is there, just you need to change certain particulars in the format of invoice. Now, we have covered that supply of goods and services under reverse charge mechanism as per section number 9 subsection 3. So in our today's session, we'll cover the list of goods on which the reverse charge mechanism is applicable. Yes, you can do so. Supply of goods where GST payable under reverse charge mechanism. Okay. But for that purpose, you have to create one specific form with you so that in any litigation in future, you can save yourself. Okay. So you just need to connect with me. We'll share that format of the form as well. That is not prescribed by government. Okay. That is just for the safer side. We are supposed to prepare. That is like a contract note, you can say. Now, we'll cover the list of goods on which the reverse charge mechanism is applicable. Sir, first, cashew nuts. In case of cashew nuts, kaju, if you are buying the same from agriculturalist and recipient is any registered person, in that case, yes, that recipient has to make the payment of taxes under reverse charge mechanism. That means while checking the profit and loss account of your client or trading account of your client, if you found any purchase like cashew nuts, in that case, you have to check that the RCM has been paid on. And sir, try to memorize this list with logics. Agriculturalist is a supplier of that cashew nuts. So agriculturalist is not supposed to take the GST registration. And if the recipient is registered, then recipient has to make the payment of taxes under reverse charge mechanism. That is the first thing. Second, BD wrappers. That is tendu leaves. In case of that tendu leaves or BD wrapper leaves, the agriculturalist is going to supply. Again, the agriculturalist is not going to take the GST registration. So the person, that is the recipient who is registered under GST, that person will be liable to make the payment of taxes under reverse charge mechanism. Tobacco leaves. Tobacco leaves, if supplied by the agriculturalist to any registered person, then again agriculturalist is not supposed to take the GST registration. So the recipient is liable to make the payment under reverse charge mechanism. Sir, for your kind information, I am just going to share one important thing, that whenever you will go through with the financial statement of your client, so you just need to keep these goods in your mind. So that if you found these specific type of expenditure in the books of accounts in the financial statement, if you have to ask, then you have to ask about the reverse charge mechanism and you have to check the same. That is what is the analytics which we need to be focused. Essential oil other than those fruits, that is peppermint oil, spearmint oil. Okay, these type of oil, if you are supposed to purchase from an unregistered person and recipient is registered, then definitely the RCM will be applicable on the essential oils. So we just need to keep this thing point in our mind as well. Silk yarn, any person who manufactures silk yarn from raw silk or silk worm and any registered person. So the person who is going to manufacture that silk yarn, and if the person is going to make the same to the registered person, in such a scenario, yes, reverse charge mechanism is applicable. Now, one more important point is there. Here, they have not used any word like registered or unregistered. That means if any silk yarn manufacturer is going to supply the silk yarn to any registered person, then yes, RCM will be applicable. That recipient has to make the payment under reverse charge mechanism. Sir, essential oil like peppermint oil, spearmint oil, these are the essential oil, you can say. We'll share you the list as well. Raw cotton. Raw cotton always be in the hand of agriculturalist. So in that case, yes, agriculturalist to registered person. That will be covered under reverse charge mechanism. Yes, sir, coconut oil RCM. Will also share with you one short video for the coconut oil, a very specific decision for the coconut oil as well. Now, lottery. As we all know that the state government is going to authorize that lottery and everything has been handled by the state government. So state government, state, union territory, local authority, if they are supplying that lottery tickets to the lottery distributor or selling agent, and that lottery distributor or selling agent is going to sell the same in the domestic market, in such a scenario, the lottery distributor or selling agent is liable to make the payment under reverse charge mechanism. So if you have a client who is dealing in the lottery tickets and who is the dealer or who is the distributor for that lottery tickets, in such a scenario, yes, RCM will be applicable on that person. Used vehicle, seized vehicle, because we all know that there are multiple police authorities, multiple departments are there, they are going to seize the vehicles. Okay. So in that case, the seized vehicle will be the property of central government, state government, union territory, local authority, and also they are supplying that vehicles to someone for getting the revenue. So in such a scenario, if they are supplying that used or seized vehicle to any registered person, that the registered person will be liable to make the payment of taxes under reverse charge mechanism. Priority sector lending certificate, just skip this point, we'll discuss with a separate concept, because in our second chapter also we have skip one specific concept related to priority sector lending certificate, because we'll discuss separately. Cement, any unregistered person is going to supply to the promoter or builder, yes, RCM is applicable. Input services, any unregistered person is supplying to the promoter or builder, RCM is applicable. Any capital goods has been supplied by an unregistered person to the promoter or builder, yes, RCM will be applicable. The term definition of promoter will discuss when we'll cover the list of services regarding reverse charge mechanism. Or builder related concept will also discuss separately, but you just need to keep one thing in your mind: whenever the builder is going to receive the cement or the input service or the capital goods from any unregistered person, then yes, RCM provision will be applicable. अभी अभी क्वेश्चन आया था महेंद्र सर का, this is the response, and although we'll discuss the complete things related to unregistered person and the builder in a very detailed way as well. Yes, sir. Metal scrap related concept, the reverse charge mechanism, unregistered, registered person. We have one separate chart for that in Monday. We'll discuss that point first. Then after we'll start our discussion on the services. Okay. So metal scrap we'll discuss separately. Although the books which you have received, in that book already the metal scrap related point is there. Okay. But I just want to share with you certain scenarios through the PDF file. Sir, you found any good or jaggery in this particular list regarding reverse charge mechanism? No. Then yes, forward charge is applicable. No, reverse charge is applicable, because this is the specific list of goods. Okay, this is the specific list of goods. If you found these entries in the financial statement, then yes, question of applicability of reverse charge mechanism is there. Otherwise, not at all. Yes, in that book, metal scrap is given, but I have a specific chart. I just want to share that chart with you and we'll discuss the same. Commercial property rent, sir, rent is covered under the services part. So when we'll cover this part, services under reverse charge mechanism 9.3 will definitely cover the commercial property, the transportation, the GTA services, everything will cover in our Monday session, when we'll start our discussion on the reverse charge mechanism on account of services, because in today's session we have already only covered the goods list. And in that case, we have covered the cashew nuts, the tobacco, the BD wrapper, the essential oil, silk yarn, raw cotton, lottery, used vehicles, priority sector lending certificate pending. Okay. So these goods we just need to keep in our mind whenever we are going to check the financial statement of our client. We just need to check that yes, RCM is applicable or not. Sir, in next session when we'll discuss the GTA in a very detailed way, then definitely this question will automatically cover about the vehicle given on rent to GTA, whether GST chargeable or not. Will definitely cover that question. Why I don't want to share it right now, and I know I am taking certain questions in the next session and further sections. The point is that I want to share the things with the relevant provision, relevant aspect. Abhi मैं share कर दूंगा. Yes, that point will be there, but the point will not be there in your brain for a longer amount of time. So first I need to clear the basic part, then when we'll discuss the relevant topic, then we'll definitely discuss that query as related to GTA, related to commercial property rent. We'll discuss. Sir, margin scheme. You are saying from profit and sales and the margin. That is called as margin money. Am I right? Parmeshwara ji. Yes, so we have a separate concept and we'll discuss that. Okay. Margin will discuss the same. That will be covered when we'll cover our valuation part. The margin wala concept will definitely covered. Okay. So, in our today's session, we have started our discussion with the composite and mixed supply. Composite supply is a specific supply. One is principal supply, another is ancillary supply. Okay, and the rate of GST will be applicable as per the principal supply. And how we'll decide that this is a composite supply based on the naturally bundled? How we can decide that this is a naturally bundled? Based on nature, market perception, majority of market players. If a particular supply which is not a composite supply, the same will be treated as mixed supply, and highest rate of GST will be applicable in case of mixed supply. Then we have covered the discussion on section number 9, that is charging section. The CGST, Central GST Act will be applicable, or Central GST will be applicable on all intra-state supply except alcoholic liquor for human consumption, and the highest rate of GST will be 20%. But on 5 petroleum products, the GST will be applicable on a future date. And also, sir, yes, reverse charge mechanism, section 9, subsection 3, the specific list of goods and services, and also we have covered the concept of e-commerce operator and the TCS TDS. Okay, that will cover at the time of our specific discussion on the e-commerce operator. Also, we have started our discussion on the specific list of goods on which reverse charge mechanism is applicable, and in that case we found that agriculturalist is not liable to take the GST registration, and if the agriculturalist is going to make the supply to the registered person, then that registered person is liable to make the payment of GST under reverse charge mechanism. Also silk yarn के केस में, raw cotton के केस में, goods के केस में, that is seized. And also covered we have related to the promoter related concept, so in the list of goods. Sir, everything is fine for everyone? Then no RCM is applicable. Sir, inverter and battery. Sir, whenever I am going to buy that inverter for my home or for my office, this is hidden that I will buy the batteries. Okay, this is a naturally bundled, you can say. Yes, I can buy it separately, not an issue. As like charger, I can buy separately. As like installation, I can take separately. But the point is that prima facie, it is a natural supply. It is a naturally bundled. Majority of market players are doing the same based on the nature. Inverter है तो battery होगी ही. Based on the perception of the consumer, when I am going to buy the inverter, yes, definitely I will buy the battery. Yes, there may be possibility I have the batteries, I am just going to buy the inverter, then only inverter rate will be applicable. But when I am buying both, in that case, yes, it is a composite supply, sir, naturally bundled. Yes, if you are supposed to buy it separately, then the product rate will be applicable, sir. Then the product rate will be applicable. If you are buying only battery from the market, then the only rate, the product rate will be applicable. If you are buying it in conjunction, sir, मैंने क्या बोला था? If you are buying two or more supplies, in that case, only the question of composite supply will be there. Sir, if you want to put any feedback, sir, market players, what they are doing, we all know. This is just, you just need to share the examples in the WhatsApp group. We'll share that what is the market perception. We all know. Multiple things are there. Although we have given 10 to 15 examples in this book itself. So just go through with these books. these examples, it will be very much clear in your mind. Although I request everyone, Saturday and Sunday we have, you can put multiple examples in the. No, sir, dividend will not be part of the turnover. We have just covered that specific point in the session itself. Yes, definitely, Deepak sir. Any query, just put it in the WhatsApp. And if you have a large concern, you don't want to put it in the WhatsApp, in that case, you can also take time from me on the WhatsApp. We'll give a suitable time, we'll connect over call, we'll connect over Zoom. जितना benefit ले सकते हो इस investment का, you can take. Okay, sir. Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you for listening. We'll meet on this coming Monday with a new topic, that is the reverse charge mechanism applicable on account of services. Enjoy the Saturday and Sunday with the family and friends, and if possible, then go for learning as well. Thank you very much. Bye bye. Good night.